if I don't think it's gonna work, I would just rather not waste our times. And I just don't ever want to be in a situation where I have a child with somebody and I feel stuck and trapped. And I think that's what I'm most afraid of, is having a child with the wrong man and then I'm left being a goddamn single mother. That is what I'm afraid of. I'm not afraid of marriage or men or dating or any of this.
Okay, so I was listening to you guys while I was driving around the corner for something. But what's the guy's name? You know, I can't even see because my eyes. The guy who was talking with the accent. I hear what you're saying, and I somewhat agree. I just don't think your delivery is right, right? So it's real tricky if we don't point out that it is tough. Motherhood is tough, right? But the reward is the sacrifice and the reward is so much greater than, you know, the tough times. It's not easy. Motherhood is not. If it's easy, you're not doing it right. And you know, parenthood is not easy. So let's just be honest about that. But it's very rewarding. As far as the young lady not wanting to be a mother, you cannot let anybody punk you into being a mom. We see that what's happening today when people become moms and they don't want to be moms, what ends up happening to the kids. So if she says she is not ready for motherhood, she is just not ready. Let it be. We cannot influence her, and we don't want to try to influence her to take on a responsibility that she says she's not ready for. Because the only person who misses out in that situation is the child. Because she's going to start that responsibility may be too heavy because she didn't want to do it in the first place, and it just goes left. Same thing with marriage. If she's not ready to have a husband, why would you want her to think about the husband? Is that fair for him? Like, let's stop pushing people in situations they don't want to be in. Okay. But she's, so that's what I wanted to say about that. As far as the young men here, I do think that people are starting to preach against single motherhood, but I wish that they would emphasize, you know, safe sex or premarital sex, not having those things. Because at that point, if she's pregnant, what's next? If you're sitting here talking about BBLs take lives, so does abortion. People die. Some people die having abortions. So if surgery is an issue because of life, then we have to also include that. So if you want to tackle single motherhood, how you tackle it, preach keeping your legs closed before marriage. Preach if you have to do it because you gotta, protecting yourself. The kids are already there. If it happened, it's two people that tangle to make a child happen. It's just the weight of it all falls on her because she's the person who has to take on the responsibility. But they were both involved. It wasn't just her. It was two people because the egg can't do nothing without a sperm entering the egg. Okay. So I think that that's important for us to do. Get back to, you know, understanding that our purity or our, you know, you just shouldn't be just out here having sex with people. You should definitely do preventative instead of retro. But yeah, yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Shannon, let me tell you something. I'm sorry, Shannon. I don't care about delivery. You know why? No matter how you deliver it to people, they're always going to have issue. You deliver a soft, they're going to have issue. You deliver a moderate, they're going to have issue. You raise your voice, they're going to have issue. So the detriment is not for me. It's you that choose not to receive it. That's the detriment. So I have seen people that have been attacked for just saying something. It's not because of the way the delivery comes. It's just the fact that you say it. That's what they have issue with. They don't have issue with your delivery. They have issue with what you're saying.
Like you did, Mila?
If I wanna respond to that, I gotta say this to you, Cookie. Life is not about me or Mila. Mila can choose how she wants to live her life. I won't tell Mila to get married because she might resent it. She can choose to marry whenever. Let me finish talking, please.
I don't have to let
She can choose. She can choose whenever she wants. She can choose to get married at the age of 50. She can choose to get married at the age of 20. Whatever she wants to choose, let her choose it. But guess what? She will complain at the age of 20. She will still complain at the age of 50. It's up to her. So if she then doesn't get married tomorrow, she can't come back and say all men ain't shit. She's gonna only say that Miller ain't shit. That's
So
it.
I'm marrying
As long
myself.
as she can.
I'm marrying myself.
Yeah,
Who am I
but
marrying?
then,
Because y'all
but
acting like
then,
I'm supposed to
but
be
but guess
like I'm
what?
marrying myself. Like
But
men don't gotta
tomorrow,
choose.
don't say no. Men don't choose you. You have to give a man reason to choose you. I'm not gonna choose.
I don't
So
date no
nobody
man.
should choose you. No, you gotta have to be responsible. You gotta have to act right. You have to show a man that you're a woman ready to contribute yourself as a woman to the family, to his whatever he has going on. You have to give a man a reason to be in his business. Then a man can marry you. I can't just go out there and employ somebody just because they have a degree. No, you have to demonstrate to me why I should hire you. Then I gotta hire you.
So men don't
If
gotta
that goes.
demonstrate why I should hire them. It's only like
Excuse.
what the man
Well,
supposed to do.
men are the one that decide relationship, marriage, not relationship, marriage. They decide marriage. But you have also the right to choose to accept. I'm sorry, to accept the marriage, which means if the man is not a fit for you, you reject him. Just
Exactly.
like when you, if somebody hires you and you think that this job is not for you, you don't have to work for him, right? It's the same thing. But you can hire yourself. He has to hire you. A man has to hire a woman.
All
I'm
right.
sorry the way you guys think about it. I'm sorry. It's just what it is. If any man comes out here and try to tell you otherwise, I gotta tell you this. Do not listen to a man that is not being honest with you, because some men out here do not care about your well-being. All they care is how to get between your two legs, and they will tell you any or everything just to get between those legs. But is your problem, is your circumstance, and is your detriment. Listen to those men that will tell you the honest truth, because they have nothing to benefit from you. But those men that have something to get from you will lie to you. They will be dishonest to you because you're not their daughter and you're not their sister and you're not their wife. So they have nothing to do with you. If you're their sister or their daughter, then it's a whole two different thing. No matter how the delivery comes from me, listen.
There you go. Listen, go ahead, VS. You want to respond real quick?
What am I listening to?
I'm I'm gonna just say this to Mila, if I'm saying your name right. It sounds like you aren't opposed to getting married and having children. Uh, and just to put that out to everyone. Um, what I would say is not to close yourself off from it. That that fear of going into those commitments is 100% normal. It's natural. It's a part of life and it's a part of the journey, right? Especially with you being in the situation that you're in, I think that you should definitely go forth and find that person to, you know what I'm saying, spend your life with. And even to the women in the comments, I think that that's just an experience that we as people should have. We're all gonna become old and gray. Nobody wants to spend their last days alone. You know what I'm saying? Some people do, but I think that the people that do end up doing that is because they're still hurting from something. They're holding on to some type of pain. So to shut yourself off from those experiences that we're able to create and that we were made to have, I think that it's imperative that we do have that, so that we can share that with the next generations to come, so that they can understand the value and importance in it. But getting into something that you're saying that you're miserable in, that doesn't sound like fun. So definitely take your time, but do it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's part of life.
I don't want to grow old and alone. Like my dad's 76, right? And he's single as fuck. And I be like, damn, daddy, like you need somebody to take care of you, right? It's that, you know, like they say, like the more you go, you looking for something, you steady searching it, you steady wanting it, you don't get it. And so I'm just in a place now that I'm like, I can't give all of my energy and time and emotion to dating. Like dating in today's world is very challenging for me because I'm not typical. So for me, I found it very challenging. And people want to date me, right? People want to marry me, but if I don't think it's gonna work, I would just rather not waste our times. And I just don't ever want to be in a situation where I have a child with somebody and I feel stuck and trapped. And I think that's what I'm most afraid of is having a child with the wrong man and then I'm left being a goddamn single mother. That is what I'm afraid of. I'm not afraid of marriage or men or dating or any of this shit. I'm honestly petrified of thinking that this my person and I open myself up, we get married, and then he leave. We get a divorce or we leave and now I'm stuck being a single mother. I cannot be a single mother. I'm not built for that life. I cannot. And so that's what I'm more afraid of, that I won't be a good mother and that I'll end up being a single mother, whether it's from divorce or your person could pass, they could die, like you don't know, like people would get in accidents, people get sicknesses, and I know that's probably like so far fetched for me to think about, but that's a reality. And so that's really what it is.
Moving that bird, huh?
I guess so. And then I'm like, what if I'm not a good mom? Like, I'm like, what if I'm not a good parent? Like,
we're gonna have probably talk about that next Sunday, man.
I'm like, because like, how do you know how to be a parent? You don't know how your kids gonna turn out. Like,
you just gotta do it. That is just taking that step. That's the only way.
That's a lot of pressure.
No
it's a lot of pressure.
no
No guarantees in life.
Yeah.